I wasn't expecting company, but if you stay out of the shrubs and flower beds, you can stay.
Give him a wave, Pops, now that you've invited him in. We're two old guys who enjoy playing sandbox and survival games together. I'm Uncle Craig. Go ahead and sit down. Let's visit for a while.
After recording both days 4 and 5, I lost track of time. It just went right through 2 days. I realized that I did not have my microphone on. So we're going to try something different this time. Usually I record the whole thing in real time. You hear me thinking what I think and making decisions and making mistakes. And so then I edit around the voice more than the video. This time I'm going to I edited the video first, and I'm going to do a voiceover, and we'll see how this goes. If you like this format and the duration of the video, maybe we'll do it this way from now on. So let me know in the comments. Right here, the first thing I did was check for mobs. I went over to that first tree and just grabbed enough wood to resupply to at least 32. Now I have 43, I should say. I took out that other tree because I could tell it was going to be in the way of this section here, and then I lowered that section down to the level I needed it. Then around the outside of that section, I want to make sure that for 5 blocks back, the ground around that section is no more than 1 block higher than it, and that helps keep mobs from dropping in on me or coming in on tree limbs and things like that, or jumping over stuff. So I'm taking this out, and of course because of that this tree's in the way, so I'm going to go ahead and take this tree out. We'll have far more logs that we usually shoot for, than we usually need in our inventory, but we do need to get this area cleared out. And then after I get the dirt cleared out, I'm checking around here on this side of the section, realize that tree's probably within that 5 block radius, so I decided I'd take that tree out. That way too, things can't crawl out on that limb. Spiders and such crawl out on the limbs and hop into my sections as well. Doesn't happen a lot, but it's irritating when it does. Causes problems. We'll take one last tree out here, I think. And then we're going to go into this section. This is going to be our wheat field. It's going to be for other crops too, but originally it's going to be for a wheat field once we get sufficient seeds for that. And I don't have water yet. Getting a bucket for that soon. We've got the iron for it now. And so what I'm doing is getting the fencing around. Now I could put the stake out, the fence post out on the corner, but I actually bring the corners in. I found that it's much easier to get between the different sections and through those areas if the corners are brought in instead of out. And then right here I realized I forgot one of the stakes there, one of the fence posts, so I put that in and get the fencing up around here. And then I realized that the dirt right there is the same height as the fence. Well, that's not good. Things can then get over the fence, so I go ahead and take that out on the outside there. Then I go and put stakes on the inside corners there on those posts, because that gives more light in where the wheat is, because even if you don't have sunlight, the light from those torches will help the wheat grow. And then I'm going to dig a pathing around the outside of this section, and just as a place to walk around, give me a place outside of the crop to walk around. This inside area now is 9 by 9, that's 81 blocks. And then I'm going to take the very center block out right here, and we are going to put water in there eventually. And you'll see even more why that is on the next day, but that maximizes the amount of crop that can be grown around 1 block of water. It's very efficient, and the footprint for a field like that is very small. All right, so I decided then, before I dove down into the mine, because I had a little time left, I came over here and decided to clear these 2 trees out of this other section we're going to build up eventually. So I took the time to do that, and it got a little later than I expected, but we got that done, and now we're going to jump down in for the night cycle. So we look right here, we got coal now to smelt the iron. Charcoal, I should say, to be specific. We're going to take those 5 pieces and stick them right in the furnace and let those smelt while we're down mining. Normally, again, I like to have a full batch of iron. That would be 8. but in this case, we could really use the bucket. Here's the section, the area, I should say, of the mine shaft where we found the creeper. He doesn't seem to be there right now. You notice, I didn't realize it at the time, but I found some coal, so we'll mine that out eventually. And then install these 2 ladders, and then I'm going to build out this hallway. And you notice right away, after I pull those first couple of blocks, we are in a cavern here, so I don't want to get attacked, so we'll put the light there so we can see what's coming and keep things from spawning too close to us. And then I find some iron, so we're going to get that, but I decided not to go out into the room and get the coal because, again, I didn't want to be surprised by a monster down there. We're going to put the blocks here on the lower half of this hallway so that nothing can get into us. A spider might be able to, but it's rare that happens. And get the ceiling in place. And now I'm going to grab what looks like 1 block of iron. But I was pleasantly surprised. There was another one down here. And when I dropped down there, there were actually 4 more, I think. 1, 2, 3, and I think there's one under that one. So yeah, we had 4 more. And when I'm dropped in that hole, if you get in a situation like this, you can just put a block in that hole and it pushes whatever's floating in there, pushes it up to you. So now I did dig down 4 more blocks to another level, and this level is more like what my digs are like. My mine shafts, usually floor after floor, it's like this one, where there's no surprises. You just dig out your little hallway and you put a torch on the end and you come back to the ladder and you dig down your next 4. So this was kind of a nice one right here. Very unusual for this particular spawn point and seed. Now right here you'll see I found another hole, and I dropped down a bit, grabbed a hold of the ladder, and I'm going to put a block here, I think. And then I wanted to check to see where this floor should be, and I think that was about right. I double checked it, and so I'm going to dig these blocks out, but I'm going to have to construct this level of the mine shaft. So I simply put a block out there where we're going to need it. I built the floor out. Here are the 5 blocks for the floor, and then the 6th block was for where the torch is. And I'm going to build the wall up on the upper half so I can look down and see into this area. You can see it's a lush cave. It's really beautiful down there, and a lot of good stuff too when we get down to it. But I know this is going to be a big hole right here. So I'm trying to figure out here a little bit how I'm going to arrange things. I figured out I could put a block there down 1 more level, and I could attach a block right there so I can put a ladder down a little bit further. But I'm just going to have to jump down to the floor there. Now, after I jump down to the floor, I'm right away going to put blocks up to where that ladder is so that I can build a ladder down to me. You can see I took some damage. I made a calculation there. I took some damage, but I'm still hoping I'll be able to get food here pretty soon and get my health back up. So here I build that column there for the ladder. Get that in place. I put a block there by mistake, so we get that out of there, get the ladder in place. And for some reason I was thinking, okay, I need to build this out, and so I built the wall here, which I was going to need anyway, because I'm up against it. I got on the ladder, and then we're going to build out to my right. We're going to build that up, and so we get that up as far as we can, get that connected. And about now is when I realized it was already sunrise and I needed to get up there and get ready to go work in the field. So very quickly, I put this together and put a torch on it, realizing that I'm going to have to redo that whole area anyway. There's probably a couple of floors that are going to go in there. So I need to put a ladder in here, and then we'll get right up to the top and get in the kiln. We're going to grab our iron, and the first thing we're going to do is make a bucket. And then we're ready to head up to the top side.